right, so as far as the tools that you need or should have if you want to get this PRx gym installed in a faster time frame, definitely have an impact driver or impact wrench, have a drill driver, definitely have a wrench set, have an adjustable wrench for sure, a bubble level or a laser level, a stud finder there, a great pencil for marking, carpenter's pencil, and then you have a deep impact set, definitely need that for the big bolts on the PRx gym, and then have smaller ones, mechanics socket set there for the smaller bolts like on the bench and other accessory pieces that you may get. So definitely have these tools and you will be able to get the job done for sure. 4 lag bolts, 4 washers. We're going to attach the first PRx bracket to the bottom portion of the system. All right, and we're going to get this Makita to do it for us. I know, I've never been so excited to use an impact driver. So I love these magnetic nut drivers by DeWalt. Very useful here. Holds it for you as you drive it in. Before we tighten it down all the way, we'll make sure it's level. So we'll tighten it down here. And we are level. The other 2 in. Solid. Now let's do the upper one here. Okay, now that you have the lower and upper bracket securely attached to the wall, grab the bolt and a flat washer, and grab the plastic bearing washer there, and then make sure your sticker is facing the proper way on the linkage arm, and then make sure that plastic washer or bearing is between the bracket and the linkage arm. Then get the bolt through, then get the second flat washer on, and then get your lock nut in place and just hand tighten it for now. Do that with all 4 linkage arms. So here, in order to get the pull-up bar in place, they come like this with the 2 arms that will attach on the upper part loose. So just flip these up, the 2 arms up, and then count the holes on the side, not the top. You count 5 holes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already have it lined up. Then you take the 3.5-inch bolt here with the 5/8" washer, put that on the outside, and then you just kind of lift up the bar and just basically line everything up until it comes through here, just like that. And then another 5/8" washer here, and the lock nut. And remember, we're just going to hand tighten for now and do this on both sides, okay? There you go. Nice and hand tighten. Let's go on to the next step here. Okay, now you lift this up here, just like that. And there you go. These bars will go on the top uppermost hole here. I'm gonna grab the longest bolts here, which are 4-inch long. There's only 2 of them, and they're gonna go through the top here. 2 washers, right? 2 5/8" washers. Run one through like that. Run it through the outside here. And then we are going to lift up a little bit. There you go, run it through, and then put another washer on the inside. All right, we're gonna take these bolts out later because we gotta attach one more piece here. So this is just temporary to just be able to stay together when we lift it up to the main posts. Again, do the outside first, right here. lift up a little bit. There you go. Another washer. And again, just hand tighten for now. We're not putting those plastic washers in just yet, but that's what we want. And then we're gonna lift it up and then attach the entire structure here to the linkage arms, which are up on the brackets on the wall. So let's go ahead and do that. The bolts are already up there. You just need the 2 plastic washers to attach up there. I'll show you here. And then we're going to take out these top bolts here to put through these linkage arms. So just watch here. I'll show you what I'm speaking of here. Just pull it away from the wall about the distance that the linkage arm comes out, right? That's what we want right there. And just kind of undo it. That's why we only hand tightened it. Sorry if you can't see from there. All right, let's see if this angle helps a bit better. So we take out this bolt here at the top, okay? And just kind of get ready for it. Just getting up in here. So again, this arm is gonna come down. Okay, and then you get your plastic washer here ready. But this arm is going to come up just like this. Put the plastic washer here so it's between the upright and the linkage arm. Now push the bolt through once again. Here we go. Just like that. But push it back because you got to get this arm back up here. And you want to get it in between. So just kind of pull this bolt out a little bit, then you can push it through. And then you get the 5/8 inch washer again right here. And then you get the lock nut. And remember, just hand tighten it for now. No need to, and that's it, it'll stay in place there for you, okay? And now we're gonna get the lower linkage arms. Pretty solid now. So because this gym, we cannot actually raise it, we won't have to attach the hydraulics, and I'll let the customer know that. But this is to help assist, and the only way to attach these here, you have to lift up the whole system, and then you can attach them to this hole. But since this system is not going to be lifted up, I'm probably just going to remove these. We'll see what the customer says, but we're good to go there. We're going to tighten these down now. All right, let's see how this Makita impact wrench, the 40 volt. Usually I have to use an impact wrench, right? Like the Milwaukee, or this guy did it absolutely no problem. Usually I'll use a RIDGID subcompact or the Milwaukee 1/2 inch impact wrench, but that Makita did it no problem. Most impact drivers will struggle at this, at least from my experience. All right, so we have it all tightened down, all the big 24mm bolts. And this guy is solid. It's not going anywhere. And again, we're removing the hydraulic arms or pieces from this individual's fitness equipment because the ceiling is not high enough. So again, this is a rare exception, but all you need to do is get a 1/2 inch socket, and you can remove that with a 1/2 inch key here, a 1/2 inch wrench, and you can take those off and put them aside if you need to do the same thing. But this guy is assembled. And if you see here, the bar is a little bit higher here and a little bit lower here. And that has to do with the slant of the garage floor, because they're made that way to have water run off if you ever have water in your garage. So there will always be a slant unless you adjust that. You can make it perfectly level, but I just attach it to the wall level, the two brackets. If it's a slight slant, it won't affect the gym equipment very much at all. So, all right, now we're gonna attach the bench press bench, basically the bench press bench. All I did was turn it upside down right now with the cushion facing down to the floor, and take off all the cardboard and plastic zip ties. And then we're gonna attach this plate right here. We attach that plate to the studs. I'm just gonna do it in time lapse. All the hardware should be included there. And the customer's previous owner of this home has holes pre-marked, but in the instructions it tells you basically 24 inches apart. And you put this plate right here, right underneath the metal bracket here, about an inch underneath, and you'll see it lines up. So I'll give you guys a close-up here. Let's go ahead and get this attached to the wall. So all you do is just grab the bench, flip it over so it's standing. All right, just basically spin it around. Bring that bracket forward here. That's what we're gonna attach to the wall. And you can actually sit, you actually have to have some weight on this or else it will collapse on you. So you can actually turn it and get it ready to be installed, and it'll stand on its own. But the way you install it is you just sit on the front part of this, on the front part of the bench, and get those 4 lag bolts into the studs. Put the washers on. Now obviously this is easier for me because these holes are probably going to be exactly where I need them to be already. And usually what I do is I'll pre-drill the first hole and then get the plate lined up and then pre-drill the other 3 holes. But here we go. Let's see how this turns out for us. I just sit on it, and as you can see, the holes are pretty much lined up as straight as possible. If you don't have a pre-drilled hole, definitely pre-drill. You don't want to crack the stud or splint it. Solid. Now in order to get the hydraulics in place, we have to lift the bench up onto the wall. I'll show you that. Okay, and to get the hydraulic pieces, you need a size 12 key or wrench, and then a size 13 socket, and then these 2 lock nuts come into the hardware package. So let's go ahead and do it. We just lift this up just like that. Wow, they put the padding on backwards? Guess we'll take care of that later, huh? Keep it up against the wall. Pull this out so you can get the lock nut in place. Just a few threads is all you need, because it'll straighten out when you tighten it down. Okay, just hand tighten it as much as you can. Okay, just like that. Do the same on this side. Push the hydraulic through, it's gotta be all the way up. And as long as you hand tighten this, you can bring the bench down, the hydraulic function will engage. Let me just show you on. Nice and slow. See that? It doesn't come down too fast. And now you can tighten everything down for the hydraulic mechanism. So just hold the key just like that. Tightens down. So, the wrench on the outside. That side is solid. Do the same thing for the bottom parts of the hydraulics. Same thing. You want the hydraulic to engage every time you lift and lower the bench. There you go. Okay, now we're going to install the dip bar bracket. This bracket is what holds the dip bar in place when it's not being in use. All right, so the way I like to do it is to just line this up, the bottom piece, middle, and cover those holes. And we're going to pre-drill new holes, 1/8 inch pre-drilled hole. Make sure you get that stud. All right, and then you get your lag bolt in here. Okay, just like this. Okay, and then if you get it tight enough, it'll sit up there by itself. But what we want to do is get a level on it and make sure it's nice and level. The bubble is exactly level there. Pre-drill the new hole and the stud here. Take your other lag bolt, and that's pretty much center. And you put this guy right there. And you're good to go. Now you can hang this guy on the wall. Let me show you. Just hangs right here. You're good to go. Looks good. Okay, what we're doing next is attaching the two brackets that hold the weight plates onto the wall. But just make sure you find a stud and you have enough space between it for the plates to go on the wall. And then you pre-drill 1/8 inch pre-drilled holes right here, because it's the same type of lag bolts to attach these to that 2x4 stud, okay? So one on the right and one on the left. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Get a bubble level, and that way you can level them out. All right, the next thing we are going to install is the PRx bench press bar, the 45-pound bar. We're gonna install the bracket that holds it on the wall. There's two lag bolts with two washers that come in the packaging for the hardware. And then you have the bracket, get it on the stud, pre-drill 1/8 of an inch hole so these lag bolts don't crack the 2x4 stud. Okay, I already got the bottom hole in place. Now we're just gonna level it. All right, y'all. The last thing we are going to install is the landmine. So you wanna line this first piece here to the bottom hole, the first hole, and then the third hole up. Let's go ahead and push the bolt through. Make sure again you have the big 5/8 inch washer there. Right there, top hole. Get the washer in front as well. Get the log nut, just hand tighten for now. Same thing on the bottom first hole, right there, just like that. Okay, washer in front, hand tighten again. Okay, and then we will tighten it with my impact driver, because by the way, this 40 volt, this is a new impact driver by Makita. It's a 40 volt and it's a beast. Okay, so that's nice and solid there. And then the next step is to get this piece here. It's like 2 U pieces there. Okay, you put it where it fits. Drop this guy in to keep it in place, and then you grab this guy here, put it on the outside. Push the bolt through, just like that. Hand tighten it, and then make sure you securely tighten it here. There you go. And now you have movement to lift that bar any way you want there. Pretty sweet. Good to go. All right, y'all, so we have it all completed. We have the squat rack bar attachment attached to the wall, so it holds the squat bar / bench bar in place. Then we have the two brackets here on the right and left side that hold the weight plates. We have the dip bar with the supporting bracket attached on the wall there. We have the bench for basically bench pressing. We have the pull-up bars here. We have the safety brackets there for squats, I'm assuming, and bench pressing. Same thing with these guys if you just want to rest the bar in place here. And then you have the landmine attachment where you just put the bench bar in here and you can do shoulder shrugs. So you can do whatever, back workouts, squats, basically landmine with this piece here. So those are all the pieces this client got for his gym. That's the whole gym ready to work out. Well, that's it, everyone. We got this whole gym assembled and installed. If this video helped you out in any way to encourage you to install it yourself, even to show you that one person can do it, please show your support by liking, sharing, commenting, and leave any feedback in the comments. Maybe things I could do in my next video that will help you get this job done a little easier or build your confidence a little bit more. I'll have the links to this fitness equipment in the description of the video. I have the links to all the tools I used in the description of this video as well. And do not forget to enter our power tool giveaway that we do live every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Go check that out. You can also support the channel by going to masteringmayhem.com and checking out our merch. This is one of the hats I'm wearing. We have t-shirts, we have masks, we have stickers and magnets. So go check that out. And of course, I'm always looking for the best tools, tech, DIYs, and deals for you to help make life a little easier and work more efficient. Thanks again for watching. My name is Marius. Until next time, I only hope all the best to you and yours.